Cali, California.
What's up, YouTube? It's me, the Artisan MC, and today I'm going to give you my reaction to the movie Weapons from 2025. I went to see this movie last night because this movie did something that most nowadays do not do, which is it had me intrigued from the trailer, and I didn't see anything really spoiling the movie as it got closer to release. So my interest was piqued. I was already curious about the movie, but the closer it got, the more I remembered it because I didn't have a clear idea of what the heck was going on in the trailer. So sitting into this movie, I was buckled in with my friend, and we were sitting there taking in this movie. And I have to tell you, I was surprised, very surprised. I can clearly say this is one of the more unsettling movies that I've seen this year, and I put that up against Magazine Dreams that went into some really unsettling territory, but this one took the cake. This movie is by Zach Krieger. I don't know a lot of his work. I never saw Barbarians, but I will actually go back and watch it now because Weapons really has me thrown off a bit. It stars Julie Gardner, who strangely enough in this movie was looking attractive to me. I don't know what the heck that is. It's like I saw her in Fantastic Four First Steps. Okay, she's there. It's not that big of a deal. I see her in this one, and she kind of reminds me of a friend of mine that I had. You know, it's like, oh, okay, she's attractive, flirty, but vulnerable, and out stupid in some ways, but it's in a real sense, a real person sense that makes me care for the character. At the same time, just shaking my head for the characters, like you need something else. You need some help. You need some help. The movie also stars a cast of characters that look like, everybody worked on a Marvel movie. We have Josh Brolin, we have Benedict Wong, and we have Julie Gardner all in the same movie, as well as Alden Ehrenreich in this. And I'm like, what happened? Did Ryan Coogler set a trend that he just hired all the Marvel actors he wanted to, and this guy hired all the Marvel actors he wanted to? It's like, they turned out decent performances too. Now, because this is just a reaction, I don't want to review the movie. I really don't. Because for me, a movie is best seen the first time with fresh eyes. And the more you hear of reviews, the more it tailors your experience to what to expect in the movie, right? So you don't have a true experience of your own. It's always harkening back to what somebody told you to expect or what someone told you to look forward to. So I'll tell you this as a reaction. For me, this movie can get a sequel. I thought of two ways to go in a sequel, sitting at the dinner table after watching this movie yesterday. And that's not spoiling anything because most movies nowadays, they want a sequel. If it's successful, they want a sequel. Okay. I will say the fact that the way this movie is shot, I really like the behind the head shooting a lot because it really gets you into the perspective of the character. This movie also does something interesting where it takes, to me, a Quentin Tarantino approach where it introduces you to each character and you get to see the events of a couple of days from the point of view of that character. So they may interact with the other character you might have seen in the scene beforehand, but now you're seeing it from their perspective and what they had going into the situation before they had this interaction, which makes it really fun because it makes you pay attention to what's happening. I will say the kids running out the house in the middle of the night is not the most disturbing part of this. Okay. It's not at all. And that's good because I found myself, and I was joking about this with a woman that came out of the theater with us. Her and her husband were there watching a movie, and she was making it known that she was having stress reactions. And I told her, yeah, I was too. I was getting the hairs on my arm standing up in the cold chills, like, oh, what's gonna happen? That was happening in this movie, and this was really good for me because I didn't see necessarily where it was going. I was able to pick out little beats that I thought were going on, but I've seen a lot of crappy movies. So I was able to say, okay, this is probably this. That's just for my well of knowledge in my own head. But otherwise, I was with the story, with the characters, of what was happening. And it was just, in some senses, nail biters, left, right, and center. Um, Josh Brolin did a good role. I really knew who he was from the first time I heard his voice on screen. And I guess that's just from how long I've been watching Josh Brolin since way back in the Goonies years, that he didn't even, his face wasn't even seen on screen. I just saw the back of his head and heard his voice. I said, oh, that sounds like Josh Brolin. And sure enough, he was here. I didn't know he was in the movie. Truthfully, the trailer did enough that I didn't know who was in the movie. So when different actors start popping up, I was like, oh, I didn't know they were in this. Awesome. Right. And each one had their own character. And each one had their own story that you felt for him. You found yourself, especially with Alton Ehrenreich's character of oh damn, what's his name? Paul. Paul's story is kind of sad, but Paul's a cop. Paul's story is kind of sad. You watch Paul's story, it's like he is having one hell of a day. One heck of a day that leads into the next one. It's like, bro, I feel bad for you. So actually having that sense of, you get to see his story a little bit, and then you get to see the story from the point of view of the character that was interacting with Paul, makes the day seem all the more screwed up. That things could really reach a satisfying conclusion, but they don't, because real life intrudes and actually takes you in another direction, which is totally weird to me. And as I said, unsettling. Now, there is a star in this that I don't want to say because it's part of the surprise, but I will say that I had not seen them in a while, put it that way. And when I found out they were the ones in this, I was really happy. So if you want to go out this weekend and have a good time watching the movie and be a little bit unsettled and terrified at the same time, I suggest you go ahead and go watch Weapons. Spend your time, go watch it. You'll enjoy it. And then go ahead and come back on Sunday when we do the hero's journey, where we can break this down and talk about the movie after more people have seen it, because I don't want to spoil it. But if you've seen it already, we can have that open conversation and not, worried about spoiling anything for anybody. So for me, Weapons, my reaction is I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. It was a great time at the theater. I had chills. I had little cold willies on my arm and neck, and saw some stuff I didn't think I was going to see whatsoever. And for me, it made me want to go back and watch the movie Prisoners with Jake Gyllenhaal and Hugh Jackman, because to me, it kind of strikes that same theme. And I think these two movies would actually really go good together. So that's it. That's my reaction to Weapons 2025. Like, share, subscribe, support the stream if you feel so inclined. I've been Artisan MC, and I will see you next time. Peace.
You want to tell it to me?
We can't wait, but it's all an illusion.